Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Everyday Tantra with Monique Darling as my lovely camera person and myself, Petersen. And we want to give you a little update. If you have been reading the news, you might have seen that India's Prime Minister came out last night and handed down a decree saying that the whole country is on a 21-day lockdown. Basically, no one can leave their house. No one can go in and out of any establishment. You need to stay in your home for the next 21 days. And
across the entire country.
That's the entire country, which is a little freakish. Like we're now in like some serious uncharted territory. At first, I was a little numb to this information, and it's now hit us quite hard today that we are really going to be in quarantine for the next 21 days. However, we heard that they were allowing people in the town that we've settled in you can leave your house between 7 and 10 a.m. to go to the store and get whatever supplies you need, and then you need to go back to your house and get inside your house. So I woke up this morning to Monique like, get up, we have to go now, we have to go. And I'm like, what's going on? All groggy and disoriented. And Monique's like, oh, the shopkeeper down the street says we can come and buy food until 10 a.m. And this is an organic shop. It has many specialty items and things that we like to have. And even though we are very well stocked, we thought, you know what, let's just go and get a few more things. And we did. And Monique, what were the favorite items you got to get?
Parmesan cheese, peanut butter, honey.
All the essentials.
More almond milk.
Yes, more almond milk.
Water. Toilet paper.
We are very well stocked. Like for at least a month and a half to 2 months, we could just be here. And so I'm feeling some ease in my body about that. What I'd like to transmit today is a qigong move that's all about opening up air and energy into the lungs. And since this virus is all about getting into the lungs, starting respiratory problems, and not allowing the body to get enough oxygen into the bloodstream.
Honey, maybe the virus is just reminding us to breathe.
That's possibly. If you don't know, getting oxygen into your bloodstream is one of the most vital things for the human body. If you don't get enough oxygen into the bloodstream, you don't absorb the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients your body needs to survive. So I was thinking of doing a couple of moves about getting oxygen into the bloodstream with some movement and breath. And I'm going to invite you to take your hands and create a fist. I like to call this my inner Janet Jackson. I don't know if any of you elderly folks out there remember Janet Jackson and her dance moves, but she would come in like this, and she'd go into like a little ball. And I invite you to tighten your back and your shoulders, and then relax the muscles. Pull the hands apart. Look up into the clouds. Lean back. Open up the airways. Take a deep breath. And then hold your breath here. And then release. Relaxing the muscles. Decompressing the lungs. Leaning forward. Maybe tighten the muscles a little bit, and then open up the chest and the heart, pulling the hands apart, looking up, leaning, inhale. And then release. Relaxing the muscles. Let's do one more. Tightening the muscles a little bit, getting into that little ball, and then opening up the chest and heart, pulling the hands apart. Now I'm going to show you a qigong move from my persuasion of Shenzhen qigong, which is healing qigong part 1. And you start with your left hand over your right, thumbs are touching, and you're going to pull your hands upward. Just pretend like your hands are like a hot air balloon rising up using the least amount of muscle power. Hands come to about eye level, and then you pull the hands apart horizontally, leaning back. Inhaling simultaneously, holding the breath. And then release the air and gently pulling the hands. You bend the elbows. Hands come close, kind of close to the forehead as you lean forward in your chair. You then pull the hands back apart, wrists are relaxed. Inhale greatly, hands come to about periphery vision level. And then release. And then open up the elbows, lean back. Okay, next move. Hands are going to float down. Pull the hands out. You're going to lean back in your chair a little bit. And inhale as hands come to the forehead, create little reindeer antlers. And then push up and out as you exhale, stretching the hands. Stretch, stretch, stretch.
Honey, you're so handsome.
Thank you. Then relax the wrists. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. So imagine yourself like grabbing this energy, gently pulling it into the top of your forehead. Exhale, push back out.
Honey, Emily's sending you a heart.
Hi, Emily. So, those are a couple of different moves to really increase airflow into your lungs and to relax the shoulders and back and get yourself into your body. The final piece I'd like to talk about today is creating a wellness checklist. So, we're going to be inside for a while. And I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Lost. There is a character named Desmond who was quarantined in this like little bunker on the island. And he had a routine. He'd get up, he'd make a smoothie, he would do some pull-ups and push-ups, some sit-ups. I think he had a rowing machine. He had like a jogging machine. He'd do his normal like workout routine. And then I believe he would read and he would listen to music. And so he had this routine of what, even though he was in a confined space, he had this routine to kind of keep his motivation going and keep his spirits bright.
Honey, Emily says you're really handsome too.
Oh, well, thank you.
And she wants to start doing this more.
So, the book that I'm writing, which is called The 9S Path to Longevity, it's all about creating a wellness checklist. And you basically write down on a piece of paper a bunch of things that you would like to do for your day on an everyday basis. And so they don't have to be listed in an order of importance. You can just like jot down a bunch of things. I would recommend anywhere between at least 11 or 13 to like 25. Any more than 25, then it's like becomes too daunting of a task, and then you can get down on yourself like, oh, I didn't do all 25 things.
Honey, Sasha's on and she says she can't wait to read your book.
Excellent. Well, I now have time to write it, so there's no excuse.
We love you, Sasha.
So you create this wellness checklist. And for me, it's silence, it's sleep, it's salads, seeds, and smoothies. It's stretching, swimming, and and sweating. And then it's sharing,
Sex.
singing, sun,
More sex.
and smiling. Sex would be all of those on Monique's checklist. But so basically I have this list that I would post on my bathroom mirror. I would post it on my refrigerator wall. I could put it on my countertops. I can just place it in a bunch of different places so that when I'm walking around, I see this list and I go, oh yeah, did I do this?
Yes, Emily, dancing's part of sweating.
Yeah, so swimming is the movement component. And if you don't have access to a pool, you can swim in the air, which is dancing, yoga, qigong, Sufi twirling, whatever it is that sex. All of those things are a great movement component that you can do inside of your house. You don't have to swim. So, so you post it around the house, and then you start looking at it, and then it starts to get inculcated into your brain automatically, because you're just like, oh yeah, did I have a nutritious meal? Did I connect with my partner? Did I get some vitamin D and get outside and connect with nature? Did I said connect with my partner. So as you kind of like go through this checklist and you start seeing these things around your house every single day, it starts to become an autonomic behavior, basically meaning it becomes automatic. That you automatically start doing these things that help keep you healthy and happy and at your optimum level of being alive.
And what did you find at the grocery store today, Peter?
What did I find in the grocery store?
That you were so excited about.
I found some more jelly, some raspberry jelly.
No, for your list.
What do you mean?
What you've been looking for. So you can post it around the house.
Oh, I found some tape. Yes. We did not have any tape, so now I have tape to post my list around the house, which I'm very excited about. Yeah.
Inculcate. Emily said you just gave her a vocab update. She wasn't expecting that on this live.
Well, it's inculcate, integrate, assimilate, whatever you choose your word. It's basically a great way to bring in that information and have it become a part of you so that you don't have to think about it. It just becomes an automatic behavior that you start doing these behaviors that are amazing.
They want you to say the list one more time.
Okay.
And then we're going to type it after I post this.
Okay, so it's silence. I say silence is the cornerstone of this list for me. That if I don't take time to be silent, I don't become more aware of my awareness. That I'm just stuck in thoughts. But when I have time to be quiet, like today when we got back from the store, I went out to, there's like a little grass area down here, and I just laid on the grass. And I just put my hands on the grass, I put my feet on the grass, I opened up my shirt so I allowed the sun to hit my chakras. And
Honey, why do you open your shirt right now?
No! I put my hands on the earth, and I was able to really ground into my body. I had zero thoughts running through my head. I was able to touch the grass. I was able to feel the wind on my face. I was able to feel my breath flowing through my body. And all of my thoughts dissipated so that I was super in my now and in a relaxed state of being. And when I came out of that relaxed state of being, I was more alive, awake, and aware of who I am and what I'm doing and where I'm going. And that is the reason why silence is the most important thing. If you don't do anything, you do silence. You find a way to be silent. You use sex to quiet your mind, right?
Yeah.
So they're basically the same thing. Okay, so silence, sleep, the physical regeneration of the body. You do not metabolize your food unless you get enough sleep. You don't collate your memories unless you get enough sleep. Okay, so you got to get some sleep. Salads, seeds, smoothies. This is the downloading of nutritional information into the body so that your DNA can create more antibodies that fight cancer and bolster your immune system. You do not survive unless you have the right nutritional component and that you believe that the food that you are eating is healthy and that you're not in a chaotic state of mind while you're eating. Because if you're crazy and panicked and you're not in your body while you're eating, that food that you're eating is just going to run through you, and you're not going to absorb the information that you're getting. So,
Emily's writing the list for you as you go. So it's here in the comments.
Okay, good.
We love you, Emily.
Thank you, Emily. So, salad, seeds, smoothies, very important. Finding the nutritional component for you that works. Swimming, sweating, and stretching, the movement component. So, swimming is one of the best things you can do for your body that has the least collateral damage to your body. Okay? So, swimming, but people are like, oh, I don't like to put my head in the water. I'm scared of getting in the water.
I'm stuck in my house.
I'm stuck in my house. It turns my hair green.
There's no bathtub here.
I mean, obviously a lot of us don't have access to a swimming pool right now. So you can swim in the air, dancing, qigong, yoga, jumping on a pogo stick, doing something that moves your body.
Honey, stand up and share my favorite move. You haven't done it in a while.
Your favorite move?
Qigong move.
This one? Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's this one where you shake your hands.
I love this move because when Peter does it standing up and I'm behind him, he shakes his ass and it's so cute.
And then you just come to rest. And then you do a little semicircle. You take an inhale into your heart. Exhale down. Hands float upward. Pull the hands in. Push out and you do a giant clap. And then you reach up and you grab energy. And this move right here is probably the most powerful move in all of Qigong. So if you only have time to do one move a day, this is the move to do. Okay, so next, salad, seeds, and smoothies, swimming, sweating, stretching. The next one is sharing, which I think is very important. The more that you give, the more that you receive. And when you give, you're giving from an unconditional love place. You're not giving because, oh, I'm going to get some stuff in return. You're giving because, like, hey, I love to give. We were walking across, down the street, and there was a person sitting on the side of the road, and Monique's like, hey, we have to give that person some money. And Monique could feel them in a super paranoid state and sad and depressed. And we're like, okay, well, we have some extra money. So we gave some money, and it was very sweet, and I super appreciate that about you, Monique, and your open sharing.
Thank you, honey. With sharing too, especially right now, then I'd recommend you share your emotions. Like so many of us are hoarding our emotions over, like so many people are saying don't overreact, or we're being shamed for having so many emotions, and we're not in the right frequency. Like I'm so tired of all the posts that are out there. They're like, this is the time for you to change into high frequency. No, sharing is a huge component of sharing your weaknesses, of sharing your fears, of sharing all those emotions that we all have. Like we're human. So to me, that's a huge component of sharing, is sharing our humanness.
All of your emotions are welcome. In every day of your life, all of your emotions are welcome. This is an important component. I see these posts of like, oh, yeah, shift into higher frequency, or thank the contravirus for what's happening, and a lot of people are like, well, you're spiritually bypassing and all this other baloney. You know what? If you're angry, be angry. If you're sad, be sad. Don't well up. Don't dumb down those emotions. Don't hold those emotions in. Let those emotions flow out, and you'll notice that things will change. That these emotions are like a weather pattern that just need to move through your body. And the more you try to hold those emotions in, the more you're going to create chaos and havoc inside of your own physical body.
Dive into the ecstasy too, and the peace. And there's so many different moments right now, especially as we're in quarantine or things are slowing down because the busyness, we're not allowed to go be busy anymore. And so as you're slowing down, what's the emotion that's there? And can you allow yourself to feel it fully, whatever it is?
Yeah. So,
Sharing.
The next one is sex. Why is sex so important, Monique?
Because sex incorporates all of the other aspects, and sex is connection, sex is communication, it's depth, it's all a connection. It's the things that I care about most in this world, and it's being able to connect in the space of being able to be seen, to be able to be grounded, to be able to be silent, to be able to feel one another where you're at in this moment. And also when we're done and we're holding each other, like I see myself so clearly, and there's so much space inside of me. I love sex.
Yeah, sex is like qigong, that it enhances every aspect of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual part of you. Every single part of you is enhanced health-wise. You secrete certain hormones in your brain that help your whole body. You are able to connect with your partner or even yourself deeply on a cosmic level, and you're able to also release emotions and memories you no longer need. So sex is a transmuter. It is a way to commune with yourself and other people in the cosmos. So if you have the ability to have sex with a partner, great. If you
or
don't,
with yourself, with the universe.
If you're isolated, you can have sex with yourself. You can have the same aspects and the same factors that you have with another person. So don't be like, oh, I can't do sex, I'm by myself, I'm isolated by myself. No, you can. You can.
And we have a friend in New York that her partner was exhibiting virus signs, and so they were staying in separate rooms. And so she got all doctored up and like put on her mask and put on things. And then she just took some roses, and she was able to connect with her partner and make love just through these roses. And like it touched me so deeply. Mm-hmm. And so there's this incredible space for us to be able to go inward and be our own best lover. And even if your lover is many, many miles or countries apart, then you guys can use Zoom. You can energetically connect, like be creative and find the spaces that you can stand here. Like I stand out here on this balcony and I make love to the Ganges River. And it's just allowing yourself to know that you can be penetrated by anything, and you can penetrate anything. Like we all have that ability, regardless of what genitalia we were born with. And as you just open up that aspect, sex can become the most alive feeling. Like even when I'm so afraid and the virus is like, I start being overwhelmed by everyone else's emotions and fear and grief, then my dear friend Lawrence Lanoff is like, okay, that's when it's time to fuck the virus. And so then it's like, you just really feeling like, okay, it's time to really fuck this virus. And then you can turn something that was so fearful and so out of your control into something that you can actually find your own pleasure with.
Very well said. Thank you. I think that should be another video we will do at a later date about how to energetically connect with the universe and other people, and that you don't have to physically touch another person to cosmically connect and energetically have sex with that person. So we'll talk more about that. That's the whole video in itself. After sex, we have singing, which is a very important component. I say singing because there's a harmonic resonance that comes up through your body when you sing, and it creates a healing for yourself and other people. That's why people have been chanting for thousands and thousands of years. And when you give that energy out, that energy comes back to you from whoever is around you. Whether another person can hear you or not, the energy is going out and that energy comes back to you. So singing is a very important creative aspect of who we are. If you don't like to sing, draw, write,
dance,
sculpt, dance. Do something that's creative so that your soul isn't stuck in this place of like past, future. What do I need to do? How do I need to control every situation? Being creative brings you back into the present moment and allows you to have fun with who you are in this moment. So find something that's creative.
So last night, then, right when the Prime Minister was on in India and saying, hey, you're on not just a week lockdown, it's 21 days, then across the way is an ashram, this beautiful temple, and they just started singing kirtan, like the whole place, instead of being afraid and saying, oh, what are we going to do? Like you could hear the children, and it was so beautiful, and they're like, Shambho, Shimmy Shambho, 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 and they're just going on the singing Krishna and all of these beautiful kirtans, and our friend Sierra that's with us came and got me, and she said, Monique, just come out on the balcony. And it just touched me so deeply that right across the way they're celebrating instead of panicking. And we can choose, like sometimes the panic's there and I'm like, go fully in the panic, but there can also be a celebration of, hey, there's time and space for us to be able to go inwards.
The next component is sun, which is getting outside, connecting with nature, getting vitamin D. Vitamin D is so important.
Stand on the balcony.
Yeah. Find a way to get 10 to 15 minutes of sun, any way you can, because vitamin D is a crucial part of our immune system. And also just getting outside, being inside the entire day. I know for a lot of us it's hard because we're either on lockdown, but find a way just to go outside, find a tree, find a little meadow of grass or a river or a lake, or do something to just connect with nature for a few minutes and get a little bit of sun if you have sun, and then go back inside. But please, to be inside for several days is not good for the body. I actually saw pictures from the 1918 pandemic, from the Spanish flu, where they were bringing hospital beds from the tents outside because the doctors understood that the patients needed sun to help the bodies heal themselves. And so this is a natural component of who we are. We are born to be outside, and we should find a way to take 10 to 15 minutes just to get outside and get some vitamin D. The final component is smiling, which for me is giving gratitude for what you have, and usually if you're doing the other 8S, and reminisce with a friend, call up a friend, because we all could use some smiles right now. So that's my list.
Join us tomorrow.
We love you. Let's take the final minute to close our eyes and just send out some love to all of the workers who are helping people with this virus. And
love you, Rainbow.
Who are helping people with pneumonia and many other infectious diseases, people with malaria and smallpox. Let's not forget the other diseases that are out there killing thousands of people as well. Just because this virus is getting all the attention in the headlines, there's other people out there who are sick, and they need our devotion and attention and love as well. So let's just take a moment to follow our breath and send these people some healing light. Thank you for joining us today. We love you, and we hope to see you very soon. Namaste.